Now we have the oral communication for the items listed for a closed session. How many cards do we have, Ms. Sandoval?
We have 111 speakers.
Typically, it is within the board's right to limit the communication for certain item or items to 30 minutes. So in light of all the packed agenda items, especially the items at the end of the meeting regarding sex education materials, is it agreeable to the board to limit the communication to the closed session items to 30 minutes?
For me, just speaking on my own, I believe that if we have 110 people and they each had a minute, that would be 2 hours. People have... And as much as we have a very packed agenda, it is my feeling to support, to give everybody a minute to speak.
Order, please.
No, we don't have to do that. No. So I would be in favor of giving each speaker a minute.
How about the other board members? Trustee Ann Crosby.
I'm open to giving the teachers or any speakers for closed an hour, but I think everyone would agree the important thing is for us to get to closed session so we can come up with some thoughtfulness.
My question is really, are they all on the same particular topic? Do we have that information on?
The majority, yes.
Okay.
So I heard 1 minute per speaker. Also heard like 1 hour altogether for this communication. So which one would the board prefer?
Well, I'm open for a minute with the understanding you guys are going to stay with us till 2 o'clock this morning, right?
I want to remind the board.
We can't talk. You can't hear us if you're gonna, if we can't talk. So I'm open to 1 hour.
If we do 1 hour at a minute a person, then we'll hear almost everyone.
Yes. I'm for 1 hour as a compromise. So we have 3 board members to say 1 hour. Let's just call the first 60 speakers with 1 minute per speaker.
Not 60.
Well, almost, approximately.
But they're going to be lining up here. I thought we did like 10 at a time. I think we need to do 10 at a time.
Right.
15. Yeah. 15 has worked out well.
Okay, we start at 5:10.
Dr. Shah, how much time are we giving the leadership for the teachers union?
Well, we'll limit the whole communication to 1 hour. So in this case, one speaker for the leadership. You can have 5 minutes if you want.
Dr. Shah, if I could just mention, in my 16 years, we have never limited the amount of speakers. If people put a card in, they got to speak.
So since the majority of the board already agreed to 1 hour, okay. This is the last time I would like to warn the audience for the order, because if this keeps on going and disrupts the order, I have no other choice than to adjourn the meeting and retreat to the closed session right now. Okay, so 2 minutes for Ms. Burback, or 5 minutes, your choice.
How many minutes do you want? You need to set it.
It doesn't seem like it matters since I'm just going to be eating into my other educators' time, which is a bit disappointing. So it's, if you set it for a couple minutes, I'll try to wrap it up. Good evening. I'm a bit thrown off now. Victoria Burbeck Carrera, FUDTA president. Hello, board and district staff. I really had come up here as I was trying to do a softer speech tonight, and I have to say that I'm feeling more hurt at this moment in that I, like Trustee Sweeney, have been attending board meetings, although not running them or on them, and it feels very hurtful that the only time in over a decade that we are going to limit public who has come out and turned in cards and waited for hours to speak is going to be on the evening that the educators have asked to come speak. And I, like actually many other educators, have been watching board meetings quite diligently this year. And we, on other topics, have had to watch NGSS science pathways get debated, and you let as many parents come and speak ill of our educators and speak ill of your district staff. In the last few meetings, we have listened to people come to speak about sex ed, and President Shao, you allowed parents and community members to call our educators incompetent, to call your district staff unprofessional, disorganized, and you never sanctioned them. And it feels very hurtful. And not just in salary negotiations at this point, but we are feeling disrespected across the board. So this was my quiet ask, which I'm trying to continue to be optimistic, and I am thinking at this point that I am just naive, but I will try one more time. We have mediation on May 30th, and you, as the representatives that are elected for Fremont to sit on the school board, it is your job to make the best decisions that you can to help with quality public education. You have increasing funds in Fremont. You have increasing funds this year. You have increasing funds already projected for next year. And so when your staff tells you you don't have the money, yes, public education never has enough money, but you have millions of dollars in increasing funds, and to say we need to prioritize our public educators because that is the backbone of education in Fremont.